Some viewers may find this stupid. Viewer discretion is advised. The title for this video isn't a joke. Well, kinda, it's not an atrocity. You gotta get those clicks somehow. I see a bunch of people say that Band Geeks is SpongeBob's best episode ever, with many people, including Tom Kenny, saying it's their favorite.
Oh, favorite SpongeBob episode? That is way out there on the internet. That is, Band Geeks, of course!
Personally, I want to actually dive into Band Geeks and see if it's actually worth the hype people have built up for it over the years. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be redundant going over the episode's plot, but for those who haven't seen the episode, Band Geeks is about Squidward trying to turn Bikini Bottom into one hell of a marching band, after getting intimidated by Squilliam to perform at the Bubble Bowl, a parody of the Super Bowl. Personally, I think Band Geeks is a pretty average episode of the show. It's a funny episode in some parts, but overexposure to a lot of the jokes from this episode really make them lose their impact. Like Patrick saying mayonnaise is an instrument used to be really funny when I was a kid, but after years and years of people, including Nickelodeon themselves, milking just the setup for the joke, I'd rather just skip it when I do a rewatch.
When do we get the free food?
It genuinely makes me wonder why people like Band Geeks the way they do, when it's been talked about and analyzed for years.
Seriously, fucking Band Geeks already? Is SpongeBob Season 2 secretly the second coming of Christ?
It's like eating the same cookie over and over. Kinda surprised that no one's sick of it. Squidward in this episode is an egotistical asshole.
That's fine. No one has any experience. Fortunately, I have enough talent for all of you.
A liar.
When do we get the free food?
And a bad teacher.
But I have a theory. People talk loud when they want to act smart, right?
Correct!
So if we play loud, people might think we're good. Everybody ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, these aren't criticisms against Squidward's character. This is why he's a funny character to begin with. But it makes his ending in the episode kind of undeserved. You see, Squilliam Returns follows a similar formula to Band Geeks. Squilliam intimidates Squidward. Squidward tries to one-up Squilliam by lying to his face and trying to do said thing. He fails, and then Spongebob actually does all the heavy lifting, so Squidward can gloat at Squilliam.
Squidward Tentacles has the fanciest restaurant in Bikini Bottom, and he does not suck eggs.
Unlike Band Geeks, Squidward's plan in Squilliam Returns fails, and Squidward has to come clean to Squilliam. Given how much of a dick Squidward is in this episode, I feel like Band Geeks could really benefit from this kind of ending. I know a lot of people find Squidward as this relatable character that speaks to them on a personal level, but to me, he's a son of a bitch. He's an egotistical asshole who's rude to everyone he thinks are below him. Even Spongebob, the nicest person in the show, has his limits with him.
Why don't I call someone whose job it is to fix it? You know why? Because when I need a job done, I get someone with a job to do that job!
What are you saying?
Don't take this as me hating the character of Squidward, because all of this makes him a funny character in the end. But him winning at the end of Band Geeks doesn't feel deserved. It feels like he got it without even trying. Squilliam Returns and any episode afterwards improved on this formula that Band Geeks created. I can confidently say that House Fancy is just a funnier episode over Band Geeks any day of the week.
If I do that, then how am I gonna help you get your house ready for the big TV show?
How did you know about that?
I was spying on you.
You want me to get the cops down here again?
Another point I want to bring up is Sweet Victory. Personally, I think Sweet Victory is a fine ending to the episode. But I believe that this ending got misinterpreted really badly by the public. In context of the episode, it's an over-the-top parody of halftime shows at the Super Bowl. But outside of the episode, it's been misconstrued to be this all-important scene in SpongeBob history. It's a good scene, it's funny, it's boarded well, all around, pretty good. But the best scene in the show's history? Looks like some people haven't watched Hello Bikini Bottom. I talk more about Sweet Victory's relevance to the SpongeBob fandom in my other video, The Wacky Underbelly of SpongeBob Misconceptions, so please check that out when you have the time. But personally, I feel like that whole SpongeBob Super Bowl fiasco really made people think that this scene is like pure uncut bliss. Which I don't think is true. Overall, I don't think Band Geeks is the best episode of the show, and I really don't think it should be considered the gold standard of every SpongeBob episode. Especially when I think the crew was able to outperform Band Geeks even within the same season, an example being Christmas Who. But regardless, Band Geeks is probably going to be the gold standard for a long time, whether you like it or not. Because sometimes people just agree with someone else's opinion because they can't be bothered to make their own. It's not like that for everyone usually, but I've seen it happen. In fact, it happened to me. I used to watch Mr. Enter's videos as a little baby boy all the time, and that made me think that post-movie was stinky. But then one day, I actually sat down and watched post-movie, and I realized it's actually really funny. I'm not trying to say that you can't have Band Geeks as your favorite episode, but maybe watch something for yourself and get a better understanding of what you feel about it. Maybe don't solely base your opinion on what a reviewer has to say when you can watch said episode right now and give your own opinion. Maybe you'll come to find that Who Bob What Pants is your favorite episode, which is... it's an okay choice, I guess. I am Fartby, and good smack.